Here's a pair of Holmes fans, oscillating desk fans. And these are model HAOF85, draws 0.5 amps. These are from May 2007. Both of them. Both of these are May 2007, and they're red. So I've seen these fans everywhere. They're pretty common. Got a couple of them floating around at work. I see them show up at Goodwill every once in a while, but when I see them at Goodwill, they're usually broken. There's usually like, I've seen them where this thing's broken like right in the middle. So it's basically like a, kind of looks like a wishbone just waiting to be finished off, waiting to just be snapped. And then I've seen, I think the last one I saw there, the motor housing was all beat up and the oscillator switch was missing, and there was cracks everywhere and just a sad shape. But I've only, as far as I know, I've only ever seen them in the gray color, or it's like maybe it's a blue gray. I don't know technically. I don't know what the color is. Navy gray? I don't know. But it's either it's a dark gray with maybe a little bit of a blue to it. But apparently they make them in red, and then when I looked them up, I saw a green color. I think there was like an off purple kind of a color. I don't know how long they made these either though. But I bought these locally from a lady who I have bought stuff from before. Last fall I bought a couple of vintage Halloween blow molds, pumpkin blow molds from her last year, and that worked out pretty good. But unfortunately, there is an issue with one of these fans. And I noticed it on the drive home. Fans were in the passenger seat, and I glanced over and something caught my eye right away. And she says the fans are barely used. And I kind of think that they were never used, because I don't think that, super nice lady, I don't think that she would have sold me at least the one fan if she knew that it was like this. Just look at the fans and see if you can tell what I'm talking about here before I turn it on. So, I don't know if I gave you the side view of these. I'm not going to want that on. That better not be broken. Okay, good, it works. I think. Hope so. These have a really similar selector switch and oscillator knob to the 89 Holmes air fan that I had last weekend. The blue one, the baby blue colored one. Okay, so the fan on the left is the one that has an issue, an obvious issue. And we're gonna see what kind of symptoms that produces right now. So I think this is gonna start out on the high speed. So here's high. Air movement's actually not terrible. This pretty much has the same guard design as the Tropicool fan, and I noticed that the guard on the Tropicool fan cuts the airflow in half, pretty much. It seemed like when I took the front guard off of that fan, it instantly doubled the airflow. So I mean, that combined with the issue this fan is having, I'm kind of surprised it's moving that much air. But here's low. Okay, so it's not, the issue with the fan doesn't seem to be showing itself as extremely in the symptoms department as I thought it would. Oscillation works. You'll notice it has a heavy vibration. Wow, pretty good spin down. Okay. So, I don't know how well you can see it because the guard is kind of restrictive. Airflow and vision of the blade apparently, but the bottom left blade is severely deformed. It almost looks like it got melted or something. I can't figure out what happened. But the bottom, this blade right here is smaller than the other blades, and it's hooked forward towards me. You can kind of see how close it is to the guard. And then you can see kind of how far away those are, comparatively speaking. I don't know if I'll be able to get the guard off or not. I'll attempt. I guess I'll attempt to take this thing off. I don't know if it's gonna let me though. Maybe it's like right there. It's like right at the point where if I can get it far enough, I know I can get it the rest of the way. There. Wow. No. Well, duh, it's got a little screw thing. That probably would have helped. Anyway. Sorry about all that. Look at this thing. How in the world does that happen? I cannot believe that this thing wasn't just like gonna dance right off the top of this I mean, it vibrated pretty good, but it stayed in one spot. I'm kind of surprised that it didn't just walk right off of it. Look at that. The weird thing about it, I mean, it almost looks like it's melted. Like it got really hot and then it just kind of folded over. But, I mean, there's nothing. Look how clean this is. There's like no, I mean, there's a little bit of like residual dust, but this is pretty clean. I mean, I don't see any, there's like no hair, there's no like dust, there's no real dust buildup anywhere. I kind of think that at least this fan was probably never even used, because somebody definitely would have noticed, and that would be really annoying to have to run it like that. I want to say that this one at least is unused, but I mean, I don't know. I kind of think that's a factory defect. Just because there's no, I can't see any other like melted spots or warping or anything like that. You would think that if something was hot enough to get in there that far between the guard and target the one blade, it would have melted some of the slats on the guard, but no. So I kind of think that that's a factory defect. That's a bummer, because, you know, obviously there's nothing I can do about that. So I'm just gonna have to wait for another junk one to come through at Goodwill, I guess, and pull a blade off of that one. Other than that, I don't really know what to do. But I think this is pretty much a brand new fan, with the exception of the deformed blade. Like, there's no, I don't see any dust in there. Not like the typical, especially not 15-year dust. Nothing like that. Some cobwebs. Oh. I'll see how this one fares and set this one down. Hopefully we got one good one. I paid 20 bucks for the pair of them, which is reasonable. Was reasonable if they both worked, if they were both decent, but hopefully we can get one good one. So I forget which way this one goes, I never remember. So yeah, same thing. There's dust, but it's clearly like just dust from sitting. And the spin down on that one was kind of shocking. How good the spin down was. Doesn't that look? It looks new. How clean that is in there. I think these are new fans. For some reason they didn't get used. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with this one. There better not be. I better at least get one good one. Man, okay, high speed. Oh, that vibrates too. Not like the other one though. It's got some vibration, it's out of balance. But I mean, that's kind of on par with how the Tropicool fan was. It's even a little bit better than the Tropicool fan was. Air movement's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. It's a lot better than the Tropicool fan. The 97 Holmes Tropicool has pretty much the same design with the front guard, and I'm guessing the blade is probably really similar in shape and size and everything. But this one moves more air. Could have something to do with how the wind stream is just focused, being shrouded like that. The blade on this one didn't look deformed like the other one, but I mean, as you can see, and here, I wonder if that's normal. That much vibration on these, I wonder if that's normal. It kind of seems like it would be. I noticed that on both of the fans, the head is just like kind of flimsy, like it kind of has play in it. It's kind of like a bobblehead. So it seems like it's predisposed. Well, I wonder if I can fix the balance issues on this one. I had some success with the Tropicool fan. I might try this one. See if I can get this one any better. Or maybe pad the bottom of it somehow, so it doesn't rattle on surfaces. Because I'd like to be able to use it. And it does move pretty decent air. I mean, it's respectable. It's kind of loud. Just like you can hear the air. You can hear how much the guard obstructs the air. You know what? Just thought of something, guys. I just had an idea. Got an idea. Oh crap. Oscillation was on. Yeah, I mean, even that, even the gimpy blade with the guard off moves more air than this does with the guard on. Probably about a third, probably about 30% more air, at least 50% maybe. Look at that. That's wild. Yeah, I cannot continue to run it like that, that's for sure. Wow. Okay. I don't know. 20 bucks, I don't know if it was worth it or not. It might be. If I can get this one straightened out, and if I can find another blade that doesn't look too off-putting. I mean, it's probably going to be the gray one, or charcoal, whatever, blue, whatever color it is. It won't look bad. I mean, you can't really see through that guard well enough anyway. The thing I like about these is they're red transparent blades. They're not just like solid red, they're actually transparent, and that's kind of cool. I mean, granted, this one's garbage, but it looks kind of cool. Yeah, I see these fans all over, but I've never seen them in red. And when I saw the red ones, it dawned on me that they make these in different colors. So there's a green one, and like an off purple one. I forget. Saw a few different colors. Got a couple of them at work. See them at Goodwill sometimes. There's one on a cabinet in the clerk's area at a thrift store that I go to sometimes. It's not one of these though. It has like a solid circular base, and the fan itself might be slightly larger. It seems like it might be like an inch larger in diameter, and the switch is a little bit different. The design on the back is a little bit different, but it pretty much looks just like this, and it's for sure a Holmes fan, and it's like a dark charcoal gray, or maybe a dusty black. It might be black and just have dust on it. But I look at that fan every time I'm there, and it's always on the tip of my tongue to ask, is the fan for sale? But I know what the answer is going to be, because I mean, it's been there long enough. I think if it was for sale, somebody probably would have bought it. I'm sure people have asked before. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask. I don't really want it though. That's the other thing. I just don't really want it bad enough to ask. What are they? The Blizzard fan, I think is what they're called. Maybe it's something different. I think it's the Blizzard, Holmes Blizzard fan. And I see those pop up on Facebook Marketplace all the time. People are always selling those things. There's somebody that's got like a case full of them on there selling them for, I don't know, $25 or $30 a piece. That's why I thought, and I don't really know what the retail on these was either. So I honestly, I couldn't tell you if 20 bucks for the pair of them was a good deal or not. I mean, looking at it now, I would think not, being that one of them is basically defunct. But thoughts on these? Are these decent? I mean, the design seems kind of cool, but they also seem kind of crappy. I mean, just like I said, the head's wobbly, they vibrate like crazy, the air movement is okay, but also kind of mediocre for how big the fan is and for how much noise it makes. There's the air movement to noise ratio that I talk about sometimes, and this is kind of, it's walking the line of not being quite up to snuff for the air movement for how much noise it makes. It did quiet down though when I took it off the microwave. That definitely helps, but it's still pretty noisy. Yeah, let me know what you think about these. Is 20 bucks a good deal, even with the one that needs a replacement blade? I'm assuming they're brand new now. I mean, really, having a look in there, just the shiny plastic, and I don't see like any dust bunnies floating around in there. There's not one strand of hair anywhere. It's always a good sign for a 15-year-old fan. Barely used or never used. Seems pretty accurate. Yeah, those are the Holmes HAOF85. I think I got that right, from 2007. Thanks for watching.